Hello, hello, hellos. A very good afternoon, a beautiful afternoon. We actually can comfortably say we're enjoying the best season, the best weather before we get into summer. So we're in spring and it's beautiful. So this is Miss Kim, your usual podcast host on Africa STEM Queen podcast, bringing you beautiful stories, how we've been able to leverage the use of OneStream. That's a podcasting platform, and how you can as well do that. And I'm just going to pass the mic to my big boss there, Miss Cave, to do her own intro. Over to you, Miss Cave.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be joining Miss Kim today. As she said, I am Miss Cave. Cave is my surname, so I am Isabella. People call me Bella, whatever it may be, Izzy. We are so excited to be able to share the platform that we've been using to stream across so many platforms so far and how people can be able to leverage this platform for their own benefit, whether it be companies or individual enterprises.
Thank you, Miss Cave. So we've really enjoyed using OneStream Live, and that goes to we are super grateful. Thank you to OneStream Live company who sponsored us by the use of this platform. And Miss Cave, as one person who is fond of using this platform and using OneStream, and I can hear my dogs have started their parties with the monkeys. Please tell us what you've been able to leverage on.
Okay, I think the most exciting thing for us as a team was being able to leverage the ability to access so many platforms in one go without having to necessarily maneuver the multiple subscriptions and multiple logins and different variations, in just disseminating content at one go. Because this has been such a centralized platform, it has managed to mitigate the issues with trying to divide your time and your effort between so many things at once, and it really does take the stress off of you. Now you're thinking about how much money you've saved collectively because you're not using multiple platforms in one go, your resources, how much you're committing to this in one go, so you're not committing multiple devices at once just to be able to access your audience, for example, because when people comment on different platforms, we can be able to answer them here in studio without having to necessarily jump to YouTube, jump to Facebook, and you can engage with your audience and focus on the value you're trying to provide to your audience without having to be stressed about, say, the nitty-gritties and the semantics of having to handle tech. And I think that was the biggest highlight for me when it came to OneStream Live.
Love it. I love it. And I think, yeah, I love that too. But I think what I love more is how we are able to engage with people. So, as somebody who handles digital marketing for Destination Imagination, for Future Tech, what have you seen your biggest leverage, your biggest gain in being able to engage with people and tell them about future tech? When people can respond in real time, when you can invite people sometimes to the studio, or sometimes you'll find people are commenting, be it on LinkedIn, on YouTube, or Facebook. Has that really been very supportive in your business promoting Future Tech Ignite? Please tell us some more.
I think you've brought to my attention something that was really, really valuable in being able to disseminate the content that we needed to get across to people. And also, one barrier you have with digital marketing or getting content out there most of the time is you cannot be able to engage one-on-one with individuals or with people at where they are. You're meeting them where they're at, so you're giving out this content, you're explaining so many technical things that we talk about on a day-to-day, when you're talking artificial intelligence, when you're talking cybersecurity, and you have individuals who have questions. And now the only way for them to reach us prior was to either leave a comment on a post and then we reply at a later date, or they now send messages to our platforms. But then with OneStream Live, you just shoot your text to us immediately, and we're able to engage with you and expand in spaces where people have actual interest, in knowing. Or as something that we tend to forgo when you're in the space of tech, you tend to assume that people already know what you're talking about. And there's a lot of people who need to say, for example, pick a certain particular topic and need it broken down for them. And OneStream allowed us to be able to now attract that audience, one, because we're everywhere, and second, be able to directly speak to that audience and their needs.
I love that. And that speaks volumes. It's very easy to assume that everyone is tech savvy. And we've navigated and used many other platforms. Some of them are so intricate. I love the way setting up OneStream takes me less than 5 minutes. So it's 5 minutes setting it up, and I can set it up to 45 to 50 platforms. How cool is that? And then, Miss Cave, as somebody who is a huge advocate for digital transformation, what do you tell our audience on the importance of them leveraging the internet and having their business online, using OneStream, telling their story, promoting their products?
I think that is something that a lot of businesses, especially SMEs, tend to forego when it comes to their marketing plans, because we are so focused on the traditional way of marketing things. And being able to leverage the digital world that we have right now is extremely important. And for an SME, you could have the perfect brand, you could have the perfect story, you could have the perfect product. But if you are unable to get that story out there, if you are unable to have your voice heard by the right consumers out there, by the right people out there, then your perfect product will remain just a perfect product in a graveyard of ideas, so to speak. And having a platform like OneStream Live is the perfect place for you to have your story heard, to have your product reach the right ears. So you're not just reaching the people in your community, mind you, which is usually where small businesses tend to engage and reach out in their marketing. Now you can expand beyond just your community where you're at and reach the global village as it is. I mean, we could be streaming here and someone, and I remember we did a stream once for people in America. And it's those kinds of situations where now you're able to meet like-minded individuals where they're at, so far away. And this would have been something that would be really expensive back in the day. But here you can get your story and your product out to so many people in one go, so far across the world. And I think it's really important that you are able to take advantage of that now in the digital age.
You get me excited when I think that, excuse my ignorance, I have a client who was paid for our upcoming Future Tech Ignite from Papua Guinea. Excuse my ignorance that I had to literally search where exactly is Papua Guinea? New Papua Guinea. That's what they call it. I mean, the team was laughing at me like, really? You could ask that question? And that's literally speaks to we have no borders anymore. The digital platform enables you, allows you. Our previous Future Tech Ignite, we had a lot of people from UK, US. We actually had two people from Brazil. And non-English speaking countries, we usually think we can't get clients that who is gonna know about us. So tell us, Miss Cave, how would you want to encourage and advise people to get on podcasting?
I think this is something like Miss Kim drills into us constantly. And I guess it's a shared sentiment with the team at this point. The fact that it is so easy to just set up a camera and sit in front of a camera and get your story across. It is It is so important to be able to break down digital marketing to a point where it is not as confusing and labor intensive. If you're able to reach 50 platforms and reach the world in just you sitting down in your home, in your business, your office, wherever it may be, and reaching people as easy as this, it shouldn't be a question. It should be something that you take on in one go. I mean, you could sit down for 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes doesn't amount to too much for the rewards that are expected from taking advantage of such a platform. And I think that's the most important thing, being able to now step into a space that would be easy for you to navigate and get your message across without the fight of having to know everything at once and making everything perfect. It's just about your authenticity and your story and your brand and getting it out there.
I love it, and you're so right. One more thing I'd love to add to our listeners is the internet has a lot of possibilities and opportunities to create. And one of the ones that I leverage on and take advantage is most of the platforms we use, we sign up affiliate partnership. So I have platforms I've used for 5 years plus, and I've never had to pay for the platform. Literally, what I do is I'm very intentional about promoting that particular platform. So this now, OneStream Live has been sponsoring, this is the second month, OneStream Live sponsoring our podcast. And that encourages us, we're able to reach more people, teach more people, and encourage more people to look into how they can economically empower themselves. So this is a big, big thank you and a big shout out to everybody out there. Use OneStream Live. Their affiliate partnership program pays extremely well. For any person you recommend, you get paid $50. That is quite good. Very few companies pay up to that amount. So I've put the link on our LinkedIn, on our Facebook in the comment section. I've put on YouTube as well. Get on it, sign up, join OneStream Live. They have different packages. Choose whichever you want to start with. But just get to know you've got to tell your story. Let's be more of creators of content, but not consumers. The world wants to hear your story. We all have something to offer. You're teaching somebody, you're encouraging someone, and this doesn't have to be something out of this world. I'm very, very simple with my podcasting strategy. I get on phone, as Miss Cave is describing, and I just speak to people. You don't have to overthink it. We all have a story to tell. Just speak to your what are you smart at? What is that skill? And sometimes, as we've learned, even on getting into spaces we don't know, we sit, research, we come in front of the camera, and we educate. And guess what? When you educate people on especially subject matters that you're not an expert, you learn. There's so much learning that's there in teaching. Now, Miss Cave, you have been doing a brilliant job getting the voice out there. You're very good with creating content. And you've also seen that with OneStream Live, you can even record, pre record, and schedule that, and it reaches masses. So, literally, you can use it like your digital marketing platform, like a sales funnel that reaches people and supports masses. Would you please want to give our listeners your closing remarks as you encourage them to join OneStream Live? Thank you.
As for my closing remarks, I think it is always important, like Ms. Kim said, to be able to highlight the fact that everybody has a voice, everybody has a story. There's always a brand attached to every single thing you're doing, and being able to reach the right people, the right ears is extremely important. And as such, it is always important to leverage platforms that meet you where you're at, and they meet you where you're at with ease. Like she mentioned, you can be able to pre-record streams and have them running concurrently with you doing other work. There's so much that goes into being able to build a brand, and instead of dividing yourself across so many things at once, you can be able to leverage economically, like she mentioned, a space that allows you to exist in two places at once. And I couldn't hear of a better deal, honestly.
Thank you so much, Ms. K. Thank you, our listeners. Please do tell us where you're joining us from. Tell us what you've learned. If you would like to join our podcast or you'd like to join our upcoming Future Tech Ignite, oh, I'm sure I've stolen your voice. Do you want to tell people about the upcoming event? Yeah, just go ahead.
All right. Miss Kim has mentioned something that's also really exciting for me. We are having another event, another Future Tech Ignite event that we'll be running. And it is going to be on artificial intelligence, automation, cybersecurity, and digital marketing. So, just the value add that we've been giving you in bits and pieces in the podcast today, you'll be able to explore more of that on the date. That is the 13th of September at University of Botswana. But of course, we are a hybrid program, so we'd be offering the program online to virtually for people to attend the training sessions with us. I am so excited about this, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, Ms. Kim, but yeah, I can't wait for people to sign up for that event. We already have some people rolling in right now, and the energy is ecstatic.
Thank you, Ms. Cave, where obviously you will focus on your favorite topic, artificial intelligence and automation using AI, how you can on that to enhance and improve your business, cybersecurity, and digital marketing. Thank you, listeners. Please do join us. It's blended. You can join us virtually. If you're in our city, we're in Gaborone, Botswana, you can join us in person. And you can still come and market your business and network with other people. Thank you, and see you soon. Goodbye. Thank you.